Game of Thrones!
You're never as, like, convincing as me.
No, I know.
This one was called The Book of the Stranger.
And a lot happens in this episode.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Basically, the High Sparrow is pulling his shit.
Oh my god.
He calls Margery in, and he kind of... I don't know if he told her his actual
I don't know.
backstory.
Part of me thinks he's the Joker. Just be like, you want to know how I became the High Sparrow? And he talks about how he's a cobbler. He would spend so much time making these shoes, and people would spend so much money on these shoes, and he'd get more and more money, and he'd spend it on, like, feasts and women, and share it with his friends, and then, you know, he wakes up after, like, a drunken party, and he's just like, I am wasting my life, and walks out to become one with, like...
The noble unwashed.
Yeah, because the poor people, you know, they get it. They're closer to, like, the purity of, you know, the gods. And I'm just like, oh god, I've heard this story a million times before. I don't trust you. You're amazing, but I don't trust you. You know, like...
I'm just like, so, this is your brand of insanity, huh? Like, Jess.
Oh, like...
Oh, god.
You're manipulating the system. Like, the moment you start really, like, screwing with the crown... I don't believe what you're selling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he had come in and he had just like, no, like, I am the High Sparrow, I spend my time feeding the poor, and I do all this stuff for the poor, and, like, my house is open, and I teach the holy books, instead of, like, I'm gonna take down the fucking crown. You know, like,
yeah, the moment he puts his fingers in politics, it's like, no.
I don't trust you, because you're no longer representing the church, you're representing your own ambitions.
Yeah. No.
Why do you need a faith militant? Just
calm your shit.
Oh my god.
Calm down. So Margery's just like, and he's like, oh, you can go see your brother now.
And poor Loras. Oh, poor little Loras. He's like so close to breaking, and my heart breaks for him.
I know.
Because he just wants it to stop.
And Margery's like, no, you gotta hold on. He's like, I don't think I can.
Because through the entire thing, Margery has been the, like, out of the two of them, she's the smarter, more, like, cunning, like, brain of the pair. Like, Loras is the pretty knight fight guy. Like,
he's just wandering around like, ah.
And she's the one who has ambitions. And not just, like... But they clearly love each other, and that's just, like, awful. And it was brilliant on the Sparrow's part to show her how close Loras is, because it's like... It doesn't matter what you do.
Your brother's gonna give you up.
Your brother's gonna give you up.
But I don't think that's gonna make her break.
I don't know if we're gonna see it in the next episode or something, but she's gonna have to make a decision really quick. And she doesn't have many choices.
No.
So is she gonna keep playing, like, the strong, like, I refuse to break, or is she going to break?
I don't even know. Like, I feel like there's no point in her breaking, because they're already winning over there, and if they win with her, then it's just like another rung of the ladder that they've climbed, right? Margery's penance walk is coming up soon. I guess they're gonna do what they did to
Cersei.
Yeah, to Margery. And you're like, oh god, not another one.
And so they're all, like, the small council meeting, they're like, okay, we can't let this happen. And it's brilliant on Cersei's part, because she knows that the Tyrells are going to want to stop it, because of the shame aspect of it. And so instead of using the Kingsguard to go and get Margery, they're going to send in the Tyrell soldiers, so if it fucks up, it's not their problem. It's, oh, well, like, they did it, we didn't do it, like, it's not our people, it's like an upset father and grandmother.
And I'm like, I'm praying that they managed to pull this shit off. Because, like, I like Margery, I don't want her to go through this shit, and I also really don't want the High Sparrow to win a thing. So I'm just like,
you know what, screw it, let the High Sparrow win. I want to see the High Sparrow deal with the White Walkers. That's what I want.
I feel like they should just send him to the wall.
Because clearly, our Lannister current political messed up situation, they don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I want to see the High Sparrow just be like, are you the stranger's friends?
The mother loves you.
I feel like that's the new thing. I want to throw
the
people,
White Walkers.
Like, hey, you think you got it all figured out? White Walkers. Like, that's how I see this show now. It's like, hey, you think you're gonna, like, White Walkers.
Ramsay, I've got a present for you.
He would do it somehow, though. I don't, like... He would Mrs. Coulter this shit. She, like, wins over the Spectres. He would do that. He'd be like, you are my people.
You can now fly.
Keep Ramsay as far away from the White Walkers. With Daenerys gone, Tyrion has to deal with things. And so what does he end up doing? He ends up contacting the masters from the other cities, sitting down with them and negotiating. And just, like, the deal comes down to the other cities have 7 years to eradicate slavery in their cities. Meereen is going to stay the way Meereen is, and we will fund you the amount of money that you lose if you stop funding the Sons of the Harpy. And so the masters are just like, oh, okay, yeah, pretty ladies.
Yeah.
Missandei and Grey Worm are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and he's like, 7 years isn't that bad. And they're like, yes, it is. Like, for a slave, it is.
Yeah, and they're like, he's like, listen, I'm not a magic worker, but at least they're being freed. And this way, nobody's getting murdered.
You can see both sides rather clearly.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. And I don't know if that was just because the setup of like years of watching these characters grow. So
Yeah.
that was a good payoff. And then some of the freed slaves are waiting in the other room and they confront them. And Missandei and Grey Worm are just like, we have to support Tyrion or this is all gonna like go to hell.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you have us now, but...
Tyrion's like, listen, it'll be fine.
And they're just like, look, the masters, if they think they're being used, they're gonna try and use you right back. And Tyrion's just like,
Let them try. You know who's gonna take him down? This guy.
nobody suspects the little Tyrion.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come to love him. I think they're just gonna
I think that's the thing with Tyrion, is like, he's lovable. He's clear, like, he's proved his use over and over and over again. And so many people put him in this kind of position where, like, as an advisor.
And he has never steered anyone wrong.
Yeah, it's... And now he's in a position where doesn't really have any, like, enemies around him. It's not like...
Nobody's
he's
taking
home.
him personal.
Yeah.
I just want Daenerys to get back and be like, good job. Good job.
I drink and I know things. So Jon, our beloved Jon, is still dealing with the shit of realizing that, you know, the Night's Watch betrayed him. Like, that's not something you're gonna forget easily, and I get that. We said in the last episode of, like, I'm like, no, leave, just go. Like, do your thing, come back when they need you, but just go. Because, like, don't stay here. And he's getting ready to leave, and it's just like, you have to stay. Like, think of Hardhome, dude. Think of Hardhome. Like, we saw some shit, and that is coming for us. And Jon's like, nope, and he turns around, and the gates open, and Sansa, Brienne, and Podrick come in, and it's just like, he's trapped.
And so Sansa and Jon embrace, and Sansa's like, listen, I was a little brat when we were kids. I am so fucking sorry. I have seen the wide world. You are family.
And so they...
Come here, buddy.
They share their stories, and it's good, and they're happy, and the ship to end all ships in my entire life has been created, and that is Tormund and Brienne, because the moment he sees her, it's just like, you see it. You see love at first sight, and it's beautiful. He's just like, I have seen my equal. And Brienne's just like...
He's staring at me. Why is he staring at me?
There's a big man with a big ginger beard who's very hairy and who's like looking at me like he's a serial killer. And it was so cute because, you know, it was so understated. Like, this is happening in the background. This isn't important.
This is the comic relief.
This is going on, like, while all this shit happens. And if they keep it that way, if this is something that happens through the rest of the series, I will, like, love it. Because, like, they're sitting around and they're having this meeting, they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do, and Sansa's just like, no, like, Jon is the last born son of the last true Warden of North. I am a Stark, we got this. And they're all planning, and Tormund's at that table just like,
Anyways, Sansa's like, listen, we need armies, we need to take down shit, and Jon's like,
but I don't want to.
and Sansa's like, fine, I'll do it.
I'm just like, yes, Sansa, that is the correct answer, you take it, you do it.
Like, while they're sitting there, this letter comes in from Ramses Bolton, like, hey, got your brother, I'm sitting on his dog. Also, yeah, when I find you, I'm gonna rape your sister, and
You're gonna watch.
and then I'm gonna cut out your eyes and kill you. So come find me.
And I like it because John, he couldn't read it out loud, and she says, like, give me the note, and she reads the rest of it, and it's just like, shit.
She's just like, I'm not weak maiden anymore.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my god, this is gonna be great, and I'm so excited. And for all we've said about Brienne being, like, currently in a very awkward situation of, like, first love, she still hasn't lost her claws because she gets Melisandre and Davos, like, alone, and she's like, look, I killed Stannis. I did that. And I know that he used black magic to kill Renly. And I know that's your fault. It's in the past, but I don't forget. And I'm just like, Davos is just like, what have I done siding with the crazy woman? And Melisandre's just like, come at me.
I feel bad for Davos in that, because Davos was never a part of any of that. He was always like, what the fuck do you think you're doing, Stannis? This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
But at the same time, he was Stavos' cheerleader. Stavos. That's my ship, I guess.
Yeah,
Stavos. At the same time, he was Stannis' biggest cheerleader. He's like, Stannis is my king. You know, just like constantly. It's like, Stannis is the one true king.
He was always the one who was like,
Stannis, this isn't a good idea. Theon arrives and finds that his father is dead, and Yara is like not having any of it. She's like, you're just here because Dad is dead and you want the throne. And he's just like,
what?
Dad? No. You, king.
Not me.
Not me, you. And she's like pissed at him. She's like, you know how many people I lost trying to rescue your sorry ass, and you refused to come with us?
He's like, let me support you as king.
I'm like, good.
And then, really sadly, we see Asha.
Oh.
Yeah, and Ramses brings her in, and she tries the same seduction technique she used on Theon, where, she's like, oh yeah, I totally want you. I'm this horny wildling woman, and she tries to stab Ramsay, but he ends up stabbing her in the back.
Rest in peace, Tonks. This is twice we've seen you die.
Oh, so sad.
But this brings us to our main lady, Daenerys, who is waiting around with the Dothraki to find out if she gets to stay and be a Khaleesi, like an ex-Khaleesi, because since she didn't go there directly.
They're like...
And all the other Khaleesis are like, we hope you can stay with us.
Which makes me feel good. They're not immediately going to become cannon fodder.
It's not like the current wives of Morrow who's like, send her there, yeah, let's see her suffer. It's like, ladies, let's be realistic for a moment. He gonna die, and you're gonna go there as well. And so Daenerys befriends one of the younger
Khaleesi's, and she's like, oh, look, we're making friends. Meanwhile,
the boyfriend squad!
They infiltrate the city, and they punch out two of the Blood Riders.
I loved it because, there are no weapons allowed in this city, in the Holy City, and so they, strip down their weapons, and Dario's just like, but I really love this knife.
And Jorah's just like, hand me the knife.
But I love it, and so they're in the city, and the Blood Riders have an upper hand, and Dario stabs him, and he's like, I really like this knife. And Jorah's just like, everyone's gonna lose their minds because you killed someone, and Dario's just like,
I got this.
Jorah's just standing there as he repeatedly beats this guy with a rock
to get rid of the stab wound.
And it keeps going! And so they find Daenerys, and they're like, come on, we gotta get out of here. And Daenerys is like, no, we'll never make it. I have a plan.
And so all the cows bring her in to have this discussion about, should we let you in? I don't know. And they're being rude, and she's like, listen, my husband said that he was going to conquer the world with me at his side, and that my son was going to be the stallion that mounts the world, and you were all cowards. You suck.
And they're getting they start threatening her, and their threats become more and more intense, and then she's like, okay, and she just two braziers dumps them.
And then they try the door, and of course the younger wife has locked them in, and the thing goes up in flames, and then Daenerys just walks out naked and hey guys, and they're all like...
And it was funny because this entire episode, I'm just like, how long till she burns the place down? She's gonna burn it down. And you're just like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, she's gonna burn it down. That's how she makes friends. She burns things down. That's it.
This was troublesome.
Targaryens. So now she has, like, not just one Dothraki horde, she has all the Dothraki hordes.
So, problem solved there.
Yeah.
So that was the end of the episode, and it was pretty freaking epic.
This season has been really solid.
Yeah, I haven't hated a lot of what I've seen.
Yeah, and, like, we haven't really had anything that's just been like, this is gratuitous. Why is this in here?
Yeah.
You know?
There haven't been many moments where you're like, oh my god, my favorite characters are, like, really up the shitter.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, it's been pleasant to watch. It's not like every episode is, like, stabbing you in the heart.
Look, we kill everything you love.
Yeah.
Because that is this way of this world. Since Game of Thrones started on TV, I've found that is a thing that happens a lot more. It's like the whole anyone can die in books and movies and TV shows. And I'm kind of sick of it. You know, it's just like, okay, I get it, anyone can die, but it stops me from caring. Because, like, I don't want to get attached to characters because they're gonna die. So, what George R.R. Martin did so successfully is biting everyone else in the ass now, because...
You're like, I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it. When he did it, it was, like, super shocking, but now it's the norm.
Yeah. Well, and now they're just, like, using it. They're overusing it.
Yeah.
They're just like, ah, here you go.
I'm not saying that he did it before it was cool and, like, being a literary hipster. It's just, like... This is how tropes happen, and this is how people lose affection for tropes.
So, I think they finally realized that they really can't kill off too many characters, because who else is left?
Yeah, you're not introducing them fast enough anymore.
There's really nobody else. Like, everybody has been, like, boiled down to their essential roles.
Yeah.
Like, and even, like, minor characters who are off screen are slowly getting picked off because, like, Rickon is in Ramses' dungeon. So, you know.
Dorne is a mess.
Yeah.
It's just...
There's no one in Dorne anyone cares about anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I love the sand snakes. I don't anymore.
So, yeah.
So yeah, like, overall, solid episode.
It has been great.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments. How well do you think Daenerys is going to do in the future? What are you excited to see her do when she gets home?
Burn it down, because that's clearly what her track record offers.
Anyway, see you next time.